Yep. Hi guys. I hope you're fine. Just a minute. Let me increase this. Yes, guys. I hope that you're doing fine. Good evening. This is Duncan Atenya or Duncan Kazungu. Yenye itakuwa fiti kwako. I'm okay with that. Yes, we are yet live again. And I believe your day has been good. It's Wednesday. I also think that your week has been so cool. Welcome to today's live stream. And I believe that we are going to share a lot. We are going to learn a lot. And above all, we are going to get something from this. We are going to get value from this. And I believe it won't be just in vain. And so today we shall be speaking about dating, relationship, and marriage. And I'll be basing my, discussions, some from the Bible, some from experience, some from observations. And I believe that we are going to have a good time. And in case someone will be there, you want to be a part of this, you want to be a guest, feel very free to also just send a request. I'll be very willing to accept it and also to just love to hear from you and talk to you and interact more and create more friendship and we get that cross community. And so guys, I believe you're doing fine. I'm live on TikTok. If I'll get time, I may share it on other platforms, but at the moment, I'll be doing a live stream for TikTok, and I believe I'll be as frequent as possible so that we can get in touch and create a community that is going to go far. And so guys, welcome to this very live stream. I believe that this is going to be something that will enlighten you. It will help you somewhere at the end of the day, right? Just allow me to have my watch with me so that I can be keeping time, right? And that will be cool. And so, guys, I have two questions, one for men and another one for ladies. And these are questions maybe you've been asked before, and maybe we need to also understand how can you approach them, how can you answer them, or what is your view about this. You can give your view either if it is from the Bible or from your own perspective or from your observation, from what people have been doing, what people have been saying, and all that. And so for men, I have this question that can you date or marry a lady who is richer than yourself? Let me repeat it. Can you marry or can you date a lady who is richer or wealthier than yourself? Then ladies, can you date or marry a man who is younger than yourself? I repeat again, for the ladies, can you date or marry a lady? Sorry. Can you marry or date a man that is younger than yourself? So please, if you got that question, let me know how you think about it so that we can help each other. Yes, someone just sent TikTok universe to Caroline. Yeah, that's okay. I don't know what that means, but it's okay. And so if you got that, please let me know how you feel about that. And so I had some, thoughts from some people when I asked them these questions, and some people were saying, like some ladies say that they prefer to date a younger man than dating a married man. And maybe the question would be, can can you date, for ladies, can you date a man who is married? Thank you so much, Miss B, for checking in. Thank you so very much. And can you marry a man? I mean, can you date a man who is married? That's maybe another question that we should be asking ourselves, right? Is it right to date a man who is married? Let me see if I can share this to friends. Just a minute. Can you share from here? Let me do this. I am a YouTuber and all that. Doesn't share. Now this is commenting and share. Okay, I think it's. Oh, let me use this one. Let me use this one. All right, I was just inviting a few people so that we can also be together with them. I'm hoping that they will join. So we have now 3 questions. Let me repeat them so that we can get this correct. So for men, can you date or marry a lady or a woman who is richer than yourself? And then for ladies, can you date or marry a man who is younger than yourself? And then there's this question that comes out for ladies. Can you be able to date a man who is married? I think that's something we can talk about. And then when I asked this question, there was a lady who said that for me, I have no problem. I can date a man who is younger than me, but there must be respect between the two parties, right? There must be mutual respect, that the man should respect the lady and the lady should also respect the man. But in most cases, you find that these ladies, maybe who are older in relationships, they tend to be disrespectful in some way to their men. And that's why she was saying, now, if there is a balance, if we can get a balance of the respect from the man as well as from the lady, then this might work pretty cool. And maybe I agree with her, because all we need in this kind of a relationship is basically a respect for both of them. Let me know how you think about that also. Now, I want to lay a foundation and I want to start from the Bible. Now, here we will draw first of all from the Old Testament, because you find in the Old Testament things were a bit tricky, and marriage was a very, very serious stuff. Leave alone today, people get married, the next day they are no longer married, they are divorcing. But now let's look at how marriages were taken in the Old Testament. First of all, we find the first marriage between Adam and Eve. And there's a friend of mine who was asking me, how did Adam love Eve? Nowadays, we have the thing of tall, dark, and handsome. You see, these are 3 people in one person, but that nowadays ladies are requesting to have men who are tall, who are handsome, who are who are dark, people who have money. So you are asking for more than 4 people in one person. But she was asking me, how comes that Adam was able to love Eve by that time, and yet we do not have this thing of tall, dark, and handsome? Thank you, Copper KE, for joining. Thank you so much for watching. We are doing dating and marriage. So if you have a point, you'll also let me know so that you be a part of this. And I'm just laying a foundation just from the Old Testament. Then we shall come to the contemporary world and see how dating and marriage has been taken today. And so I was saying the first marriage was between Adam and Eve. And a friend of mine was asking me, how did Adam love Eve? Yet by then there was nothing like beauty. She was asking me, did he see beauty in her? There was nothing like tall, dark, and handsome. There was nothing like light skin and all that. So how did he love? And my response was, remember the story of creation. We are told that now God saw man was lonely and he decided to create a woman. So he made Adam sleep. He gave him a deep sleep and he took a rib from his side and he created a woman. And when Adam was now awake, the first thing he said that you are a woman, because he was a part of him. He was from his rib. And he saw that he was beautiful and he loved her. Then the second thing you can think of is that now it is just Adam and Eve. She is the only lady, so he had no choice. And of course, we see that is the first marriage that we see in the Bible. Now, we can also draw other examples, like we see what Moses did to get Zipporah. So what Moses did, he just watered her sheep, and that is how they started hooking up, and a relationship is created, and at the end of the day, we see marriage. When you look at Isaac, he was told that he sent people to go and look for a wife for him. And he said, whoever will come, fetch water and give it to your camels, then that is the lady. And so we see the wife comes and she drew water and gave it to the animals. And automatically, she qualified to be the wife. There was nothing hard there and things were pretty good. Also, if you're watching me, let me know if you're hearing me. Let me know if you're hearing me. You can just comment and let me know, please. It will be of great help. And so we see Isaac getting that. And it was just as simple as that. She should come and feed give water to my flock. Now, also, we look at the issue of marrying relatives. So you find that people in the Bible, long ago, they used to marry just between themselves. Okay, today it is hard to do that, right? But by then, people married their own relatives. And we were asking ourselves, why? Why did people decide to marry their own relatives? And so we realized that in the old times, there were people who are worshiping idols. And so if there was intermarriage between the Jews and the people who are worshiping the idols, or the people who are worshiping the God we serve and the people who are worshiping other gods, then that will bring something else. So we see like the tribe of Israel is worshiping the God of Jacob, God of Isaac, and God of Abraham. And then we see other people doing their own stuff, like the Samaritans. So people decided to intermarry between themselves to find a lady whom they understand. So long ago it was that you need to understand the lady you are, dating. Invite, turn on, invite, sorry. Oh, sorry. What did I do? Hear your voice. That's fine. Just a minute. I've done something that I really don't want to do. Did I? Moderators, comments, mute. Sorry. What did I do? I think I've blocked someone from... I also needed you to give me your views, and that would do me fine, right? So I don't know. What did I do? Okay, is there someone who wants to be a part of this very discussion? So please, if you're there, let me know. Just send me a request. I want to see if it is going to accept. I hope I've not blocked that. Yeah. And so I was saying, Kitambo, it was that you were to understand the woman you are getting married to. You are not just supposed to marry anybody, because you could marry someone who is worshiping idols. And then the she or the he, of course, would bring idolatry into your camp. And that would be something so serious. And that's why we see people intermarrying or marrying their very relatives. We see someone like Lot. Lot marries the daughter to Abraham, but we see Abraham and Lot are brothers. You see that relationship. And so we need to understand that, okay, it also applies to us today, that before you go ahead and marry, Kihumba Mukami, thank you so much for joining. You are a blessing. Tabi, thank you so much for joining. You are a blessing to us. And so I was saying, you were to understand, even today, you just not need to get married. And the people who are married, like Tabi is a friend of mine. I know you're married. You can also send a request so that you can give your views. Do you think it is important that you know the man you are marrying or the woman you are marrying, especially their background? Is it of any relevance? Do you need to know their very background for you to marry? So let me just shut this just a minute. Sorry for that. It could bring noise. So I was asking, Bewot, thank you so much for joining. So do you think it is important for you to know the background of the person you want to marry? Let me know. You can send a request to be a guest, or you can drop us a comment. Now, another thing, like there was an old man who was sharing, Tabi, love is risking and people change. Okay, what do you mean when you say that, Tabi? What do you mean when you say people change, it is risking? You can also comment on the fact that, do you want to know the background of the person you want to get married to? Is it of any importance? That will be something good. And so there is this, a friend of mine was sharing that the father was also sharing to her. It is an old papa. And he was saying during their time, they used to marry on the basis of religion and education. So they wanted to marry someone who have the same religion and someone who are of the same education level. And so that means that if they are Christians, like if you're a Christian, you need to marry a Christian. That is on the basis of religion. And then if you have reached, for example, to college, maybe at the diploma level, then you also want to marry a lady who has reached the diploma level. So they used to marry according or on the basis of first religion and then education. And of course, if you're talking of education, then by extension, you are talking of job or the status of that very person. And so you could find that teachers could marry teachers, doctors could marry doctors, and so on and so forth. And also, of course, Christians would marry Christians and Muslims would marry Muslims. That was long ago. But what happens today? Okay, today there is some diversity. We have, like, you can find a Christian lady getting married to a Muslim. But you see, at the end of the day, this lady will convert to be a Muslim. And I think that's why they were discouraging intermarriages between people who are unequally yoked. So, and that's why the Bible says, do not be yoked with people who have no understanding or belief as the same as you have, right? That was long ago, but today it still applies, because if you find a lady who is a Christian getting married to a man who is a Muslim, then by extension, that lady should become a Muslim. User, hey, that's a hard word. Thank you for joining. Copper KE, Dan, read for us Leviticus 18. Do you want me to read the whole chapter, or do you have a specific verse? Let me get my Bible. Sorry, just a minute. As I get my Bible, you can also let me know if I need to read the whole chapter or if I need to read a specific part. Sorry. I hope everything is okay. Let me get everything well positioned. So, Copper KE, let me know if I'm reading a part of it or a whole of it. Maybe that will be of great help. Okay, I think that's fine. Leviticus 18. Okay, so like I can see from Leviticus 18, you say verse 7 is okay, but the chapter talks about unlawful sexual relations. Let me read. You've said verse 7. Let me read that. The nakedness of thy father or the nakedness of thy mother shalt thou not be uncovered. She is thy mother, thou shalt not uncover her nakedness. Is that what you wanted me to say? I don't know. Because this is talking about the mother and the father's nakedness. Maybe get for me the exact verse, please, Copper. But thank you so much for your input. Thank you so much for your input. Just get it right, then you let me know. So I was talking about the marrying of, like when you're talking of the same religion, the same education level, and so on and so forth. And do you think that today it still applies? Do you think today we should marry people of the same religion and also people of the same education level? And that's why I was asking men. I was asking, that was about riches, but again, it can still apply. Like for men, can you marry a lady who is more educated than yourself? And for ladies, the vice versa. Can you marry a man who is more educated? Okay, of course, that is applicable. Most ladies maybe can get married to a man who is more educated, but then it gets tricky when it comes now to the man. So maybe this question should be specifically for the men. Can you marry a lady who is more educated than yourself? Then in terms of religion, do you think you can marry, if you're Christian, do you think you can marry a Muslim? And if you're a Muslim, do you think you can marry a Christian? Let me know that. Because intermarriages brought a lot of stuff. And there was something that was coming out very funny for me, that by that time, when they were marrying in terms of religion, in terms of belief, in terms of education, so that means witches would would marry, a witch could marry another witch. Then we have two witches who are married. These people could kill us, man. Two witches. I don't know how you feel about that. That two witches are getting married, right? And a man who is a witch is marrying another woman who is a witch. These people will witch us. Anyway, will bewitch us. But anyway, that was it. People who are equally yoked would marry each other. And so that would be so fine. Jen Smith, is he still here? That will be fine. I think it's okay. Just trying to do something. And so let me know how you feel about this. Copper E, are you the one still watching? maybe we can discuss this. If you can send me a request, then we can have a little bit of a chat and we see the way forward. Maybe you can also tell me the verse you are talking about so that I can get to understand you more. So if you're watching and would like to be a part of this, kindly just send a request so that I can put you on. We can have a chat and see the way forward. So, Copper E, are you still watching? Thank you for the likes, guys. It means a lot to me. That's how you can support me, by liking. Yeah, well, the more you like, the more you support me, guys. I really appreciate. I need someone whom we can talk with. We need to have a little bit of a chat. I need to also hear from you so that nijue how you are thinking about this and see how we can help each other out. Yep, so let me know. Okay, as we still wait for someone to send a request so that we can have a talk, then the other question is, like for men, I'm using men so much because I think I'm a man, and also I think they are hard to handle sometimes. Yeah. So for a man, do you think it is possible that you marry a woman who is working and you yourself is not working? Do you think that's possible? And will you be comfortable in that relationship or that marriage? Trapper Smoker, one, thank you for joining. Do you think it is possible? Can you marry or can you date a lady who is working and you yourself is not working? And if yes, will you feel comfortable in that relationship or in that marriage? So also let me know about that. I would wish to really know how you feel about that. Yeah, but again, speaking of from the Bible view, we have some things we need not to do. We have some things to do. First of all, if you look at Paul, Paul advises that it is better you remain single. That is in 1 Corinthians chapter 7. He says, no need. But he says, if you know that you will burn with lust, you will burn with temptations, you will burn with all sorts of these life situation or life feelings, then it is better you get married. He gives an advice. And he says that this way he says that women should submit to their husbands and husbands should love their women as Christ loves the church. And he also advises that marriage should be kept holy and God does not support divorce. That's what Paul says. And so from that perspective, we find that first of all, marriage according to the Bible is between a man and a woman. That is the marriage that is put in the Bible, that is understood in the Bible, that is proclaimed in the Bible. But today, things are getting out of hand. And when I see these things, I remember what I read in Romans 8. Paul also narrates to the Romans that they have now started having sex of the same gender. So people started sinning to an extent of having sexual relations with the people of the same gender or of the same sex. Okay, I did a live stream about the differences between sex and gender and all that, and how to understand the trans and all those sorts of things. But we find that there's a group that have emanated, a group that does relations that seem to be awkward. But in the world today, maybe because of education, because of technology, you find that now people have started appreciating sexual relations or activities of the same gender. And so you find, like what Paul says in Romans, that now men are having sexual relations with men. And that's what we call gayism. We find women having sexual relationships with other women. And that's why we call lesbianism. And then we have people who are bisexual. That means they can have sexual relations or activities with both men and female. So there's, for example, if there's a man, he has no problem sleeping with another man. He has also no problem with sleeping with a woman. That's what we call a bisexual. And so when you look out of this, we look out of like what things are, okay, how technology has affected us. And I think this thing has come to Kenya specifically. Of course, I'll talk of Kenya because I'm in Kenya. I see these things happen. I've attended meetings where these people are there. They confess themselves. They tell these things, and you wonder how this has happened. So I started this way, that the marriage that is legal in the Bible is marriage between a man and a woman. But because of education, because of diversity, because of so many other stuff and technology and internet, of course, things have changed. That people have now started appreciating relationships, of course, of sexual activities with men. So when you look at the LGB, the lesbians, gays, and bisexuals, these people, they are just different from us because of the sexual attraction. They are attracted to people that we normal people are not attracted to. So for example, I, Duncan, I am purely and 100% attracted to women. So I'm straight, right? But you'll find someone who is attracted to another man. He is a man attracted to another man. I don't know. What is your view about this? Do you think this is right? And these people are pushing for their rights, and they want these things to be legalized in Kenya. Like we saw from our neighbors in Uganda, and their president, His Excellency Museveni, said, okay, I have no problem. You want me to legalize marriage between same sex? Okay, I'll put you in a room, the two of you of the same sex. Then after 9 months, if you can bear a child, well and good, I'm going to legalize it. And this is impossible. A man cannot impregnate another man. A woman cannot impregnate another woman. And you find that these laws, like in countries like Uganda, are very strict, that they cannot allow that. And I was wondering why we have so many refugees from Uganda who are in Kenya and they claim to be either lesbians or gays. And I found out that the laws in Uganda are very hard, such that they run to Kenya and become refugees so that they can do this thing. So you find that in Kenya, I think there are some loopholes where these things have started being taken as normal. And by the way, things have started being normal. Which one is this? Thank you so much for joining. Thank you so much. This really means a lot to me. And if you have any views, you can also let me know. So thanks so much for joining. We are discussing about dating and marriage, and we started with the Christian dating And we are trying to also find out the new stuff that is coming out because of internet, because of education and exposure, and these things have changed. And I don't know, what is your views about relationships or marriages of the same sex? As these people are pushing for these laws, do you think it is right for the government of Kenya to legalize this? And do you think they will ever legalize this? I don't know how you think about that. You can also let me know how you feel about that, your personal views. I'll be so very glad to hear. Gabi Janet, thank you for joining. We are continuing with our topic of dating and marriage. And so, for me, like, I can give my own view about relationships of the same sex. For me, I'm not in support of that. Because one, I'm a Christian. Two, I don't feel if it is right. For me, it feels so awkward to get attracted to another man. The same way it feels awkward for a lady to get attracted to other ladies. Although someone said that it is easy for a lady to get attracted to another lady. I don't know how true that is. Any lady watching me, let me know. How true is it that you can get attracted to another lady? And I'm speaking this because right now I'm in the village and I see these things have reached the village, especially lesbianism. And okay, in the past, we used to say the students who are in boarding schools are the one practicing lesbianism. But we realized even people in day schools are doing that. Okay, yes, maybe in boarding schools, they feel sexual arousement and they end up getting attracted to each other, and then they just learn that they can satisfy each other. And at the end of the day, they get into lesbianism or gayism. How about day schools? How? Okay, maybe they have internet, maybe they see pornography and they see people of the same gender kissing, having sex, and they feel this is something casual, this is something good. Cashman, thank you so much for joining. So they feel that this is something good, right? So they end up doing sexual relations with the people of the same gender. And this is something serious that I think we need to do a study. I think the government should just try and find out the statistics of how many girls are lesbians in the community, because there are so many of them. And what do you think is the solution to this? I don't know if you yourself, you are in support of that or not. I don't know if you are of the idea that this should be a legal thing in Kenya. Okay, we saw it in countries like USA, things are open. And I saw the other time Larry Mado was saying, in Kenya, rules are so hard, and he's now okay in the US to continue doing his stuff with other men. So these things are happening, and marriage is a tricky thing. Okay, dating can come and can go. So in dating, maybe there's some sort of commitment, maybe which will lead to courtship. Then from courtship, it will lead to marriage. When it comes to marriage, then this becomes a tricky matter. It becomes so tricky. And someone just said that marriage is just an institution. There are things you will learn day in, day out. And we agree with that. So if you are here, you are married, also let me know how you view marriage for yourself. I've talked of how the Bible views marriage and how a husband should behave towards the wife, and how the wife should behave towards the husband. I think I've covered that. But in your own view, let me also know how you think about this. Now, when we talk of challenges that we face in these relationships, what are some of the challenges you faced you yourself? I usually wonder, I don't know how you view this, you let me know, that you have a lady, you are dedicated to the lady, and you are determined that you want to make life happen with this lady. Then the lady herself starts to deviate from what you expect. Maybe she disrespects you. Maybe she doesn't love you the way she used to. Maybe she goes out with other men or other stuffs that shows that he's not into you. If it were you are serious with a lady and you really wanted to make life with her, then she reaches at a point and decides to go otherwise. How would you handle that? Assuming that you've already introduced her to your family and maybe to your pastors and maybe to your friends, how would you take this? Remember, you are still in the dating or courtship stage. You've not yet entered marriage. Then, if you enter marriage, maybe you've entered marriage through the AG, the Attorney General, or through wedding. Then you realize that this person, either the male or the female, has changed the way he used to treat you. He doesn't treat you anymore, and they feel like they just want to walk away. And mark you or just assume that you are a Christian, and you know very well that the Bible does not encourage divorce. How would you handle this situation? Would you decide to keep her, or would you decide to divorce her? Would you decide to give her second chances, or would you decide to just do away with her? The same way to a lady. Can you dump that man? Can you dump him? Let's also talk about that, right? It's an open discussion. You can talk about that. And because these are things that we see happen, these are things that we experience ourselves, either if you are dating or if you are married. Copper, thank you so much for coming back. You are a blessing. And so we've talked about a lot of things. I also would wish to know your challenges, what you faced, and so on and so forth. And if you are finding value in this live stream, you are free to also like it, and that will be also good to me. That's how you can support me. If you are there, you would also want to contribute, feel very free to also send your comment or just, send a request. Marimo too. Thank you for joining. You guys have had names, but thank you for joining. So I think I've covered everything that I really wanted to talk about. I don't have anything to add on. I've talked about all this, and I believe if you have a question, you can ask. If you have a suggestion, you can add. If you have a comment, you can let me know so that I can also contribute or answer your question, and that will do you just fine. My friend, if you're finding value in this video, I would also ask you to follow me so that you can have as more live streams as possible, and that will just do you fine. Yep. So do you have any comment? Do you have any addition? Do you have anything you'd like to share? I would really love to hear from you. We've been here for almost an hour, and I think this has been of great value. We've had people contribute like Copper KE and Tabi They have really contributed, and I really love that. And for me, my view, as I come to a conclusion of this, be very, very careful when you're choosing your life partner. We've made mistakes before, but I don't think if we need to repeat that. You've dated before, you've made mistakes, relationships have ended, but I don't really wish that that will still be a problem for you in your future relationships. You better understand the man you are getting married to. It doesn't harm you to have a background check. Just find someone, let them tell you more about the background of this man. Look at the generations before him. Look at what they did. Look at how their lifestyle was. Look at how the culture was. Look at so many stuff before you can decide to get married to this man. If you are a man and you want to marry a lady, it is advisable you also do a background check. Look at how they live at their home. Look at the behaviors of their relatives. Look at the behaviors of their closest relatives, like aunts. Look at the behaviors of like the mother. Look at how that lineage was. Look at how the history was before you get married. Let me invite Tabi. I really want to hear from you guys. What did I do? Did I invite you? I don't know if the invite is complete. I don't know. But anyway, invite is sent. Good. And so just analyze and find out more about this lady before you get married to. I've seen people who get married, then maybe in that, the bloodline. Also, you may get tested, by the way, to get if your blood or if you are compatible. I've seen a relationship that is about to end, and I feel so sorry, because you find that the man and the woman, they are not compatible. So whenever the lady gets pregnant, that pregnancy is terminated. It is not her wish, right? It is only that these people are not biologically compatible, and therefore they cannot sire children together. And I was telling them, this is biology. You cannot change it. Unless you want to have headache, unless you want to have regrets, then go ahead and get married. But I was frank and I told him that, please, it is better you do not go ahead and marry her, because she's had more than 4 pregnancies getting terminated. At a very tender age, maybe 2 months, the pregnancy is no longer there. And as looking at that, and I just knew it is that they're not compatible. And so just look at the bloodline. We have some diseases that follow some genes. So if the lady will come with the gene or the man will come with the gene, then by mistake it dominates. You know what? It will affect your children. So you better look at their home. You better look at the blood diseases, compatibility, and so many stuff before you decide to go ahead and get married. Alaira Adebayo, thank you for joining. Thank you so much. Tabi, are you still watching? I really wanted to talk to you about marriage stuff. I know you can be able to shed some light. Or if anybody is watching, you're married, you can also shed some light. Alaira, you can also comment, although you've just come in, but we have here a discussion and I believe it is something good. Then secondly, after you do the check, I want you also to be 100% sure of whom you're marrying, because I really don't want, I really don't want that you get married. Then after some time you realize, oh, this is not the lady I wanted. Or, oh, this is not the man I wanted. I wish he could be this. And you find some of us will pretend to be whom we are not. I don't know if you're getting that. We'll pretend to get you. By the way, let me teach you something. How men get to win a lady. I don't know if you really know. So when a man wants a lady and he really wants that lady, first of all, he'll become a friend. And this man will learn what you love as a lady. Maybe you love presents. Maybe you love going out. Maybe you love drinks. So he will find something that you like so much. Then he will give it to you. So, for example, if you like going out, he will take you out so very much. Princess Sarah, thank you for joining. Thank you so much. You can give us your contribution as well. Yeah, so the man will find out what you like. So if you like traveling, he will be taking you almost every weekend. If you like drinking, maybe every Friday he'll be taking you for drinks. If you like hiking, he will take you for hiking. What else? If you like gifts, he'll be bringing you gifts, maybe flowers, maybe a phone. They can afford this. And then he will reach at a point and he stops doing that. So he has already found out what you like, right? And then he has provided what you like for some time, maybe 2 months, maybe 1 month. And then you'd see when he does that, it becomes a norm. It becomes normal to him. And then he cuts sharp. If there are gifts, he no longer gives you. If it is going out, he no longer takes you out. If it is maybe having time with him, he doesn't give you. Do you know what you'll feel? As a lady, you'll feel, I miss this boy or this man. I miss him so much. I miss the gifts. I miss going out. So what do? You will want to go for him. I don't know if you are getting that psychology. Hassan, thank you for joining. So, this is a withdrawal psychology. He gives you, he withdraws. And then, now you feel you are missing something. You will want now to go for it. And you will look for him. Now, it is easy for him to win you when you are looking for him. As a lady, if you are going to look for the man, it is easy for that man to win you rather than him coming to you. So they are using this trick to lure you. And so most of us would pretend to be who we are not, and then we get you, maybe rush things and marry you. Then after 2 months, now our true pictures start coming. And so if the man will find out that you love men who put on suits, if the man doesn't put on suits, he will make sure that he has bought 2 or 3 of them and start putting on suits. If the man will know that you like men who go to church, the man does not go to church, remember, but he has seen an interest and he has liked you as a lady. The man will make sure that he starts going to church. And maybe you told him, if you want me to accept your words or something, I need you to be in the church. So the man will make sure that he comes to the church, right? Then after 3 months, you'll say, what? I think I like you. I think I like that you now go to church. I think I like that now you put on suits. I think I like that now you drive. But remember, the man has just done it so that you see it and you get attracted to him and he wins you. Then after he marries you, what does he do? He goes back to whom he is, because it is so hard to hide your own identity. You will do it for some time. Then after that, you'll get tired. You'll go back to your original ways. So if the man never used to go to church and then he marries you, he stops going to church because you're already married anyway. Maybe you married through a wedding. And so it is hard for you to go and divorce at that moment. If he used to put on suits, he no longer he doesn't feel good or comfortable putting on suits. So he goes back to his casual cloth. And as a lady, you will feel frustrated. You will feel like this man wanted just to use me. You will feel that there is a mistake you made, maybe, and you feel that maybe life is unfair to you. So it is better you have the spirit of discernment. Discern, look at this man. Is he really true to himself? Because if someone is pretending to be who is not, you will just know. If someone is just trying to be someone else, you will know. So you better look at him and discern the man you want to marry and discern the lady you want to marry. And at the end of the day, you'll make it in that very relationship. I'm not saying that if you do all that, it is going to be perfect. But at least if you do that, there are some things you are going to control. Believe you me, there are things you are going to control. So that is my second advice. Then the third thing, if you've decided to get married, please decide. Don't get married and start getting attracted to other people. Remember, you made a vow, till death do us part. So if you're not ready to marry, then don't. Only get married if you are ready for it. Mose worshipper, thank you for joining. We are talking about dating and marriage. So please be sure of your marriage. Don't just get married because your friends are getting married. This is a mistake that most of us are doing. You find someone, feels she's getting old. I need to get married. Oh, my friend has done a wedding. I need to get married. Oh, my friend has got a child. There's another girl who says, I want to get a child. Why? Because all my friends that I studied with have children. Who told you it is your time to get a child? You'll get that child, you'll get frustrated. So don't do things because of other people. Do it when you are sure you want to do it. Get married when you are sure you want to get married. Don't get married because Kazungu has married. Don't get married because your friend has got married. Don't want to have a child because your friend has a child and maybe the child is beautiful, it's awesome, it's bright and all that. These are things that have really spoiled today's generation. Don't get married because your aunt has asked you to get married. Don't get married because your family members are pressurizing you. Oh, Kazungu, you are getting old. You need to get married. Yes, I'm getting old, but it is not my time to get married. I will only marry when I'm comfortable. I won't have an advice from my mother, from my father, from my aunt, from my uncles that get married. So these are mistakes that most of us do. You want to get married because of someone else, because of your parent, because of your friends who have children now, who have good marriages, who have done weddings. If it is not your time, and if you're not ready for that marriage, please, 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 don't just get married because of other people. It will hurt you. Eddie Mtaki, thank you for joining. You're a blessing. Yeah. So friends, just make your true decision. True bro. Thanks so much, Ed Mutaki. Thank you so much. If you want to contribute, you can send me a request. I can usher you in so that you can also air out your points. Yeah, so don't just do things because other people are doing. You don't know why they are doing that. You don't know. You don't know. That's why I myself also stopped admiring other people. You don't know how they reached there. You don't know what they did to reach there. You don't know. You really don't know what they they decide why they decided to do that. So you rather analyze yourself, you rather understand yourself before you make any move. Otherwise, you will have problems in your marriage, you will have fights, you will have lying in marriage, you will have a lot of stuff. So the point was, if you are getting married, then decide once and for all and stop eyeing other people. I know it is hard, but it is something that you can train yourself. You tell that, let me get devoted to one wife, and that will be fine. Yeah, thanks so much, Ed. You are supportive. And also, if you want to contribute, you can let me know. You can send me a request. We have a chat a little bit. And so I've given all those points. I've said, be sure of whom you want to marry, do a background check, don't rush because of other people. And once you are married, decide once and for all. Gabi, Janet, thank you for coming back again. You can also send a request so that you can also be a part of this. I really want to hear what your view is, because I've really talked for it's more than 1 hour, and I also want to get feedback. We've also talked about relationships of the same kind, lesbianism, gayism. Do you think it is good? Do you think it's right? And what is your general view about dating and marriage? And I also talked about people who are getting married on the basis of religion and on the basis of education. We also want to talk about that. Can you marry a Muslim if you're a Christian? Can you marry a Christian if you're a Muslim? Think about that. We can also talk about that. And above all, you can send me likes. That will keep me moving. Co-host, add guest, connect. Yes, how are you, sir?
I'm fine. Praise God, man.
That's, amen. That's good, my friend. I've seen you've really supported me,
Thank you
and
so much for sharing.
yes. So we've been sharing. I've been sharing for about an hour now, and I've been basically talking about relationship or dating and marriage, and I've talked about much, but the crucial thing here is um, marriage or relationships of the same kind, and then the level of which that person wants to get married. Some of them get married because of their friend, because of their family. And then what is your general view about this institute of marriage, of course?
First of all,
Yes.
um, I'm not married anyway, but
Okay.
I know at the right time,
Yes.
when the right time comes, everything just happen
Yes.
without pressure, without struggle, without any entanglement.
Yes.
So, what I may say concerning marriage and the relationship is that Mm, many of us, especially
Mm.
youths who are, let me say, who are mature enough,
Yes.
sometimes we hurry. We hurry because of sometimes when you see you approaching 30, maybe you are mid that 30, you start to be worried, and now you'll not even take your time and at least learn somebody because you feel very late, you see.
Mm.
So, especially this one mostly happens to ladies, our ladies.
Sure.
So you find that you have a girlfriend,
Mm.
then when she looks at you, she knows that, or she comes to realize that maybe you might not be settling very soon as maybe how she expected. You see. So
Yes.
we find that someone will come from nowhere, and because this lady, she just in that um, hurry stage, that
Mm.
stage of quickening things because she feel like
Yes.
are getting old. So you'll find that whoever will come on her way, this lady will not mind. You'll just find that
Okay.
she has gone with someone. Even you start wondering why
Mm.
could she do such a thing? So most of this one, it
Mm.
happens because we are not patient, and we are not we don't rely on God to
Mm.
work for us. We find that we want to make things work for us the way we want them to work, not the way God may want it to be. You see.
Yes.
So one thing for a believer, you uh, we don't do our own things, but Christ helps us. He empowers
Mm.
us. He directs us because the Bible says that He gives us the Holy Spirit, who is a helper. So sometimes we
Yes.
need to ask Him. We need to uh, be patient,
Sure.
um, and at times you just need to be silent, just to see
Mm.
what He wants to tell you.
Sure.
Another contribution on a Christian marrying a Muslim. That one, uh, from my own understanding and from what I know, I think it's not a good idea. It's not very wise to, because the Bible tells us that you
Mm.
should not be yoked. Let us be equally yoked. So if
Sure.
this person is not in your religion or in your what you believe in, that one will be just a tragedy in the making. So I
Sure.
think we should look at that also, because it is very key in marriage.
Mm.
And
Thanks
another,
so much, Eddie. Hmm.
yes,
It's okay. Just
I
go
was
on.
finishing. I was finishing by saying another
Yes.
thing.
Mm.
Another thing about sex. No, not sex.
Mm.
I'm saying about this relationship of the same gender, like marriage,
Yes.
lesbianism, and
Mm.
all that. That one now is not allowed, because it's not even the will of God. It's not something that even the Lord is against the word of God. So when you do that, it's not
Okay.
allowed. Yeah.
Then, if I may ask, Ed,
Yes.
um, there's this issue I was saying, there's a point I was saying that before you get married to a lady or a man, it is
Mm.
better you do a background check. You understand where this man is coming from, or this lady, you understand their background. You you do some check before you get married. Do you think it's of any value in marriage and dating?
Yeah. A background check, and at least to get to know the kind of a person, because that's why uh, we we come to remove the equation of a stranger, because if
Mm.
someone just pump in someone and you just go and start life with that person or individual,
Mm.
that's totally a stranger. And for that reason, it is not a guarantee. Maybe what you might uh, uncover, it might not something that you may not like. You see, you just bump
Okay.
into someone, then you say I like you, and then immediately, without taking time, you find that this person is doing something that you really hate. You don't like it. So you find that it will not be very comfortable for you, because it will just make you to end that relationship. So it's very, very important and very vital that at least you get to learn someone, to know him at least some percent. I know you cannot know a person 100%, but at least we have the basic that you can know.
Sure.
Because some other things, you find that there's some character, there's some behaviors that someone cannot change. So
Sure.
you have to understand if you'll be able to accommodate that in that relationship. If you see you cannot accommodate, then you say no, because of this one reason, I don't think we can move on. So
Okay.
that is what is very important.
So thank you so much, Ed. Thank you so very much. I think that has enlightened someone. And I think we shall have healthy relationships. We've made mistakes before, but it is time that we move towards the rightful
Exactly.
direction. So thank you so much.
Oh, so thank you so much. So where are you streaming from, maybe?
Right now, I'm in Kakamega.
Oh, Kakamega.
How about you?
I'm in Bungoma County, Kimilili
Mm.
sub-county. Yeah.
Okay, okay. That's fine. I'm in Kakamega at the moment, but I'll
Wow.
be traveling back to Nairobi for some stuff.
All right. Me, I'm
So
currently.
I'll make sure to follow you. Let me see if I can follow you from here. Yeah, can follow
I
you
think I
from
like
here.
your content because I already followed you. I think you're my
Mm,
friend.
it's
Okay,
okay.
just check.
We are now friends, huh?
Thank you. I know once you follow me anytime I'm
Mm,
checking, I'll find your
yeah,
live. You can share
it's
very
okay.
much things.
I really
Yeah.
appreciate.
So thank you very much. I
Mm,
know as time goes, you have much to learn.
yeah, sure.
Thank you, brother.
Asante. Karibu.
Thank you.
Wow, thank you so much, Ed. That has been so much, much, much great. And I think he's covered some of the things that I've talked about, although he was not there from when I started, but he's been able to cover that. And that means we are doing something great. And so I don't count myself, I've done something that it's gone in vain, but at least someone somewhere would be educated. Wow, 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 wow. It's been 1 hour. I think I can allow you guys to rest. And you've been a blessing. Thank you for all those likes. Thank you for the hearts that you've sent me. I really, really appreciate. And guys, if you like my content, be very sure to follow me for more. And you can also like my stuff so that I can reach out to many more people. Otherwise, thank you for staying tuned. I think we shall have a part 2 of this if time will allow us. Maybe tomorrow we shall have a part 2 of this and just talk about stuff about dating and marriage. I look for more points so that we can make it happen. But I hope you'll follow the advice that we've given you so that at least your relationship or your marriage will stand. Thank you so much for sticking around up to the end of this video. This has been Kazungu Duncan from Ero Productions, and I would like you to follow me so that you do not miss this. Otherwise, I hope that I will see you in my next live stream. Peace.